Today on FNEWS, said Falcons reigns as the Intramurals 2014 champion. Filipinos express their excitement over the papal visit next year. Vegan as one of the 7 wonder cities of the world. Metro Davao celebrates Kadayawan 2014. A magnitude of 6.5 quake hits China. Conflict between Israel and Gaza continues. New development rises behind the murder of Enzo Pastor. The Gifted trailer premieres here on FNEWS. FNEWS begins right now.
Good day!
This is
FNEWS! As part of USEP's 36 intramurals, students competed in different sections to determine USEP's representatives for the Palaro 2K14. Here's G. Burns to tell us more about it.
Now, I have here the results of our intramurals 2K14. The College of Education dominated with 30 golds, 12 silver, and 11 bronze, followed by the defending champion College of Engineering with 20 golds, 10 silvers, and 11 bronze. Second runner-up, the University of Evening Program with 5 golds, 8 silvers, and 6 bronze. Third runner-up, College of Technology with 3 golds, 3 silvers, and 3 bronze. Fourth, College of Arts and Sciences with 2 golds, 8 silvers, 7 bronze. Fifth, Institute of Computing with 2 golds and 3 silvers. Sixth, College of Governance and Business with 1 gold, 11 silvers, and 13 bronze. Lastly, SAEC with 1 gold, 5 silvers, and 5 bronze. And that was it.
For me, this is my last year as a player, and this is my last year here at USEP. So for me, I really cherish every moment. I really give up my best. So for me, the Palaro was...
Congratulations, USEPians. It was a success. This is Jibers Mamak, FNEWS.
Mayor Rodrigo Duterte from Davao City blamed the contractor of the North Bridge project for the heavy traffic it brought to the city. He said that they do not have enough resources to fund the said project. He also said that he has assigned Atty. Neil Dalumpines from the City Administrator's Office to coordinate with the utility as well as contractor. An email statement sent by the DPWH Acting Information Officer, Dean Ortiz, stated that the department for its part was following protocol and is regularly coordinating with the city government office for its project. On August 29, DPWH Director Mariano Alquiza said that they were going to investigate the limit of this overlay project around the city. Alquiza also said that the bridge will be finished before the year ends since it is now 69% completed. Reconstruction of the bridge started from November 29, 2013 and is costing 63 million pesos.
The Philippine National Police has tagged 12 of their officers involved in the Holy Duck incident last September 1. They took 2 million cash and ATM cards from the victims and brought them to the Laloma Police Station in Quezon City. They were only released after a photo of the incident circulated online. Manhunt operations are ongoing for the rogue cops. The PNPA Batch 2001 has condemned the crime their co-graduates did. Bounty has been put in place on the suspects' heads. The incident stirred controversy and doubt on the Filipino people. Many have voiced concerns about the integrity and honor of the police force. Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte warned police officers or criminals who attempt to commit the similar crime in the metro. Filipinos express their excitement over the papal visit next year.
Ben presents Ingredients of a Cool Class. New desks,
computers,
Morning, class.
cool prof, at hot seatmate. Hassle di kompleto. Buti na lang ang Beng Beng kompleto with chunky wafer, smooth caramel, crunchy crispies, and real chocolate. Kompleto sa saya. Beng Beng Unstoppable Enjoyment.
Para bottomless ang happiness, mag-refill with Enervon. May steady energy complex para tuloy-tuloy ang energy.
Enervon, a multi-energy
So you can share the happy. Oh, refill na with Enervon.
Finger and clover, they go together. Finger and clover, my love affair. Ano man ang status mo sa buhay, single or it's complicated, rockstar or diva, lover ng clover. Student or teacher, big time or chill lang, lover ng clover. My clover finger, lahat sisimutin, sarap ay uubusin, lover ng clover. My clover finger.
Simot sarap kasama ang Clover.
Driver Enzo Pastor was shot dead due to a love triangle. Here's Adrian Alpariza for this report.
Enzo Pastor, a 32-year-old Filipino race car driver, was killed on the night of June 12.
The gunman PO2 Edgar Angel was arrested during a buy-bust operation at Libis, Quezon City. He admitted the crime and said he was paid 100,000 by Domingo Sande de Guzman III, also race car driver. De Guzman denied any connection with Angel, but the police refuted this with the fact that De Guzman's ex-wife is the godmother of Angel's youngest child. De Guzman was arrested at an entrapment operation in Santo Niño Village, Muntinlupa, after handling $50,000 of 50,000 pesos cash bonus to Angel. Angel also added that Enzo's wife Dalia was present at the time, but they were planning the assault in December last year. During the press conference held at Quezon City Police District.
You cannot please everybody. This was proven on President Aquino's 5th State of the Nation address. Critics were embarrassed and allies raised their support. Here's Ray Jugas with more details.
Filipinos are definitely worth fighting for. President Benigno Simeon Aquino III delivered the State of the Nation address on July 28, 2014.
Kung tinalikuran ko ang pagkakataon, parang tinalikuran ko na rin ang aking amatina.
President Benigno Simeon Aquino III got emotional as he delivered his 5th State of the Nation address. He also mentioned 83 words in his honor. Many critics talk about his reaction to the pork barrel scam. Even though Pinoy Sona this year is a good one, he was pressured by the different issues concerning about his government. This is Radian Hugas for FNEWS.
Manila Archbishop Luis Antonio Cardinal Tagle finally confirms Pope Francis' visit in the Philippines to meet earthquake and typhoon survivors in Visayas. Leslie, when will this be and how will it run?
As confirmed in a press briefing by Manila Archbishop Luis Antonio Cardinal Tagle on July 29, Pope Francis will officially visit the Philippines next year. The news was passed simultaneously from the Papal Nuncio to Manila Archbishop Giuseppe Pinto.
The Holy Father's visit plan in Asia includes a stop at Sri Lanka on July 12 to 15 before moving to Philippines. It was noted how the Pontiff was eager to come in the country last year to visit the victims of Super Typhoon Yolanda. Upon receiving the news, President Benigno Aquino immediately called the attention of all government agencies and Filipinos to help assure the success of the Pontiff's visit next year. Earlier this August, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, or CBCP, has been preparing for the program plan of the visit. President Socrates Villegas, on the other hand, emphasized the need to become spiritually inclined by the Philippines as a sort of preparation for the coming of the Pontiff. Together with the Save the Pope in the Philippines is the mark of the 20th anniversary of the World Youth Day as well. As stated, Pope Francis, the third pontiff to visit Philippines after Pope Paul VI and Pope John Paul II.
Live in the Vatican City, this is Sajed S for FNEWS. Now let's check the status of our market.
Climate change has been a factor for the delay of durian season. This may stretch to 2 or more months, so we still have durian during Araw ng Davao. Leonardo Avilo III, acting chief of the City Agriculture Office, said that the durian fruiting came 5 to 6 months late due to rains. The volume is determined by the selling price, which has now dropped from 70 pesos per kilo to just 30 to 35 pesos per kilo. There are also other fruits like rambutan, 20 to 35 pesos per kilo, lanzones, 30 to 70 pesos per kilo, mangosteen, 20 to 30 pesos per kilo, pomelo, 25 pesos per kilo, tundan saging, 20 pesos per kilo, watermelon, 15 to 20 pesos per kilo, grapes, 200 pesos per kilo, Fuji apple, 10 pesos each. But the most saleable in this time of Kadayawan is the king of fruit, which is the durian.
Hello, Pressure Air Respondent at Pharmaceutical of the East, Northeast Kasiguran, Aurora, regions of Western Central Visayas, Caraga, Northern Mindanao, provinces of Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Palawan, and Mindoro will have cloudy skies with light to moderate rain showers and thunderstorms. Brought by this LPA. Meanwhile, a high pressure area spotted outside the park will give good weather on Metro Manila and the rest of the archipelago. Temperature range will be 23 to 34 degrees Celsius. By Sunday morning, this LPA is expected to dissipate. Improvements of weather conditions expected to southern Luzon, Visayas and Mindanao except Bicol. This is the weather report for today, and this is FNEWS.
A magnitude of 6.5 quake hits China.
There's a whole new coolness in the air. It's from the all-new pH Care Powder Fresh Feminine Wash with a light cooling sensation of Active Cool. The fresh feeling and fresh scent of powder for that after-shower coolness and clean, sexy freshness that lasts and lingers. New pH Care Powder Fresh. After-shower freshness that lasts. From Unilab.
Para bottomless and happiness, mag-refill with Enervon. May steady energy complex para tuloy-tuloy ang energy.
Enervon, a multi-energy
So you can share the happy. Oh, refill na with Enervon.
According to Dr. Michael Osterholm, Director of Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy at the University of Minnesota, every time a new person gets Ebola, virus gets another chance to mutate and develop capabilities. A virus is an RNA, which means that every time a virus copies itself, it makes one or two mutations. Some of these mutations may be able to change their behaviors inside the human body. In the future, Ebola, being an airborne virus, could be possible.
The war within Gaza and Israeli state forces continues. Here's Albert Jade with a report.
More rockets and airstrikes are fired in Israel and Gaza after a failed truce.
The latest failed ceasefire, the two sides in the Israel-Gaza conflict raided rockets and airstrikes on Saturday, August 9, 2014, and blamed each other for not stopping the violence. The Israel Defense Forces said that by the end of the ceasefire, about 100 rockets were fired towards Israel from Gaza. According to Palestinian Health Ministry spokesman Dr. Ashraf El-Kedra, at least 1,911 in Gaza have died since the conflict began, in addition to just under 10,000 injured.
Israel's foreign ministry said that Israel will not conduct a negotiation while under fire.
A 6.1 magnitude earthquake hit the southwestern part of China last August 3, killing nearly 600 people. Reporting, Clark Castillo.
On August 3, Saturday at 4:30 local time, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake struck Yunnan province, China, with its epicenter recorded in Longshan Township, South City.
Tremors were felt 200 miles away from the epicenter and were followed by hundreds of aftershocks. According to a state media's report, at least 391 people were killed while 1,891 were injured during the quake. About 210,000 households and 1 million residents were affected by this disaster.
My house collapsed. My daughter-in-law was stuck inside, and she didn't make it.
As stated by the Zaotong City Communications Department head Luz Refeng, local authorities dispatched 6,000 troops along with specially trained functionaries, medical teams, and thousands of volunteers to join the disaster relief operations, while civil authorities distributed tents, folding beds, blankets, and clothing. Premier Li Keqiang, who visited the affected areas, called for swift response, especially on the search and rescue operations, and providing supplies and medical attention to the affected residents.
The United Nations and United States have tendered their condolences to the victims of the earthquake and offered assistance for the relief operations. This is Clark Jency Castillo for FNEWS.
Now for the good news, not just Ilocanos, but the whole Philippines aspires that vegan would make itself one of the 7 wonders. Here's Debbie Lugay to feature this very inspiring news.
The city of Vigan is a 4th-class city, the capital of Ilocos Sur, Philippines. It is located on the western coast of the Torres Island of Luzon, facing south towards the world.
It is the oldest surviving Spanish colonial city in the country, and its name was derived from biga, a giant taro plant that grows abundantly along the banks of the Mestizo River. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, has placed Vigan in the World Heritage List in 1999. citing the city for its best practice in sustainable conservation and management of World Heritage properties. And it is also one of the few Hispanic towns left in the Philippines where structures remained intact, and it's well known for its cobblestone streets and a unique architecture that fuses Philippine and Oriental building designs and constructions with colonial European architecture. Several museums exist for the many national heroes that were born there. Locally, several ancestral houses have been turned into giant hotels and inns. It is also abundant with bars and restaurants offering a variety of local and international dishes. Vegan will now bring the campaign to a bigger platform that will end until October 7, 2014. We will make Vegan's presence felt in the national stage. Vegan has tapped social media networks to promote its campaign. It has also courted the support of private and government media to ask Filipinos around the world to vote for vegan as one of the newest 7 wonders of the world.
It showcases the colorful costumes, traditions, and stories by the different tribes in Davao. The street dance competition starts from Marco Polo Davao at around 8 a.m. and ends in Rizal Park, and with the final judgment of the street dance competition. The participant for the street dance competition is composed of elementary and high school students from Davao, other provinces, and street dance champions from different regions.
2014, the streets are filled with the fast and rhythmic beat of the drums and the joyous and festive attitude shown by the Davaoenos as they celebrate their 29th Kadayawan in Davao. The celebration officially began with the Indak-Indak sa Kadalanan, which is a competition among the different schools in Davao to showcase with the steadfast hearts and heads their determination, their talents to thousands of people who share the enthusiasm in celebrating the Kadayawan.
Sa ating mga kapamilya ng mga Davaoenyo, siguro yung masasabi ko sa Kadayawan ngayon, di ba? Masasabi ko is napakasaya na selebrasyon kung saan every year ay kumbaga napapabongga yung ating selebrasyon.
The competing schools present not only their flamboyant costumes and talented dancers but also the traditions and cultures of a true Davaoenyo.
One of the highlights of Kadayawan is the Pamulak sa Kadalanan, where the different contingents compete by showing their clothes, florally dressed and shaped in different sizes. In this way, showing Davao's abundance of fruits and flowers, and at the same time, a thanksgiving.
As early as 7 o'clock in the morning, locals and tourists are around to find a good place to witness the floral float parade. The parade was led by the police officials and started at exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. This year's Pamulak sa Kadalanan was attended by approximately more than 70 participants and was made possible by the Kadayawan Foundation. The Traffic Management Center, or TMC, is very strict about the temporary road closure for the celebration of the said event. For the Pamulak sa Kadalanan, the roads from Magsaysay Avenue, Claro M. Recto, Bonifacio, Legazpi, and San Pedro streets are being closed. Lively bands and gorgeous margerates from different schools are also present at this event. And as for the wettest floral float competition, the Barangay Capitan Tomas Monteverde is the winner for the alternative category, and for the traditional category, the IPI, or International Pharmaceutical Incorporated, is held as the winner.
Despite differences between the locals and the other residing tribes, they still live harmoniously and dynamically. So this is Rinella Cornelio for FNEWS.
A few weeks ago, different videos of the Hollywood stars are trending in the internet. All of them accepted the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, an awareness campaign for a rare disease that disregarded. The donation from the challenge will be used for the research of the said disease.
ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease that affects the nerve cells of the brain and spinal cord of a person. In the Philippines, there are already cases of the said disease. although it is not yet viral in the country. There are some local personalities who already accepted the challenge. Last week in the buzz, Chris Aquino was one of those who took first the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in the country. Part of doing the challenge is to nominate 3 persons. They only have 24 hours to accept and do the challenge. But if one refuses to do the challenge, he or she must donate $100 in the ALS Association for the funds in making a research of the said disease. In the case of Chris Aquino, she nominated 3 of her closest friends. First is her head writer and Chris TV co-host, Darla, who immediately made the challenge the day after she was nominated. Chris also nominated one of her closest friends, Vice Ganda, who made the challenge in the noontime show, It's Showtime. And lastly, Chris nominated Antonita Berna, who also nominated Justice Secretary Leila de Lima, BIR Commissioner Kim Henares, and news personalities who were Karen Davila and Jerry Baha. Darla nominated Kim Chu, Catherine Bernardo and Danielle Padilla's couple, and Pokwang. Without hesitation, they all accepted the challenge.
The Taguig Regional Trial Court granted the motion of Denise Cornejo and her 2 co-accused Cedric Lee and Zimmer Rest to post bail into legal detention filed against them by the actor Ron Navarro.
The bail announcement was a good news for Cornejo after her rape complaints against Navarro were dismissed by the Department of Justice. On the contrary, Alma Malanga, counsel of Navarro, describes the court's decision as shocking. She said she would file a motion of reconsideration to contest the decision. She also added that with Cornejo, Liz, and Rest as on bail, there's nothing to prevent them from leaving the country. The other 2 accused in the case, Cedric's sister, Bernice Lee, and Jose Paulo Calma, have been cleared by the court. As of the posting time, CIDG spokesperson Chief Inspector Elizabeth Jasmine said they have yet to receive court document indicating that Cornejo has already posted bail and is ready for release.
3 of the most gifted artists in the Philippines show business. They're being admired not just for their looks but also for their talents. They will star in a comedy movie from Viva Films and LMVP Entertainment, The Gifted.
Sexy, daring, hilarious. These are the most suitable words to describe this film. A film like you've never seen before, where brains and beauties battle it out to win one man's heart. Starring Ann Curtis, Christine Reyes, and Sam Milby. Viva Films brings you a much-awaited movie this 2014, The Gifted, directed by Chris Martinez, in cinemas this September 3, 2014.
Some people work harder than others. Some have it, some don't. Then there are the very few ones who are just born with it. They are the gifted. Birds of the same IQ flock together. Both on top of their class. But only one can be called number 1.
Zoe, is it really that hard to surpass Aika?
You're so pathetic and a loser. I've already finished a while ago.
Not top 2, be the top. Not second best, but the best.
I'm just jealous of the idea. Idea of love. So, what's the meaning of love? But Aika is my best friend. Then you should know her weaknesses.
Mabuti naman at magpapakalayo-layo ka na. Mas mabuti pa nga siguro kung huwag ka nang bumalik.
From Filipino, search paper in English, assignments for calculus and physics. So easy peasy.
Love is nothing but a series of chemical chain reactions inside the brain.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown, where beauty and brains collide.
So, how's my old best friend? You mean
that bitch. It's because you're full.
Aika Tabayoyong!
Zoe Plazo.
Just one will be the winner.
Zoe, what are you doing here?
You can have all
There
this,
can only be one.
and this.
The Gifted. Written and directed by Chris Martinez.
For once, have you ever considered me as a friend?
Go! We deliver the freshest news.
Making sure you hear it first.
This is FNEWS.
Oh, Virgil, I love you so much, Virgil. Virgil! Hi, Virgil! Hi, Virgil! Hi, Virgil!
We are one, walk the shore, all united, the needs of more. Oh, you make
Your point is we lose that bitch. It's because you're full. Your point is we lose that bitch. It's because you're full.